A political appointment is now turning into a public safety showdown in the United States. Elon Musk publicly issued a chilling warning: people will die, after MamdanI appointed a new head to lead the New York Fire Department. Row after Zohran MamdanI names Lillian Bonsignore as the next FDNY commissioner. A political storm erupts in the U.S. New York City Mayor-elect Zohran MamdanI's appointment of a new commissioner for the fire department ignites a controversy, triggering a war of words between him and tech billionaire Elon Musk. Musk publicly slammed MamdanI for appointing Lillian Bonsignore as the head of the FDNY. Questioning Bonsignore's appointment, he said Bonsignore has no operational firefighting experience, and that could cost lives. In a post on X, Musk said, "People will die because of this. Proven experience matters when lives are at stake." But MamdanI quickly fired back. He defended his appointment of Bonsignore while replying to Musk on X. MamdanI said Bonsignore brings more than 3 decades of frontline EMS leadership, the very workforce that handles nearly 70% of the FDNY's emergency calls. So who is Lillian Bonsignore, the woman now at the center of a political earthquake? Lillian Bonsignore is a 31-year-old FDNY veteran. She led EMS operations during the COVID-19 pandemic. She began her career as an emergency medical technician in 1991 and rose to the ranks to become the Chief of Department's Emergency Medical Services. She retired in 2022. She is also the only second woman to hold the position and the first openly gay person in the role. MamdanI says Bonsignore will officially take charge of the FDNY after his January 1 inauguration. He calls the appointment historic and says elevating an EMS veteran reflects both symbolic change and practical leadership. But critics warn that the FDNY is not a political experiment. They argue that leading one of the world's largest fire departments requires direct firefighting experience, particularly during major fires, large-scale disasters, and complex rescue operations. Meanwhile, Bonsignore thanked MamdanI. She said, "I am honored, so honored and humbled to stand before you as the new fire commissioner. This appointment represents a significant responsibility, one I accept with humility, dedication, and a deep sense of commitment to the city and its people." Musk's remarks have only amplified those concerns and pushed the appointment into a wider national discussion about leadership standards, public safety, and how political priorities shape senior emergency service roles in New York City. Musk was once part of Donald Trump's administration. In November, shortly before the mayoral election, Musk urged voters to support former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, who ran as an independent after losing the Democratic primary. He had also criticized MamdanI and Republican candidate Curtis Sliwa. MamdanI has been critical of U.S. President Donald Trump and his policies, including his stance on illegal immigrants. Recently, MamdanI vowed to protect all New Yorkers.
And so we wanted to ensure that as we celebrated the beginning of our administration, it was a celebration that was not simply for the typical people who would be invited to an inauguration, but in fact for everyone. And we're already so heartened by the response from New Yorkers who understand that this is not my success, it's our success. It's not my administration, it's our administration. Similarly, it's not my inauguration, it's for all of us. And I think that I'm so excited, frankly, at the prospect of celebrating the entirety of our city as we look to the work that we have to do moving forward.
Are you going to join any of those New Yorkers along the party route?
I currently do not know. We are fully confident in the team that we are assembling and in the pace at which we are assembling it. When we take office on January 1st, we will have our cabinet ready to deliver for New Yorkers, and there will obviously be appointments that continue beyond that time, as it always does under other administrations, but we will have the people in place necessary to start to deliver not only on our affordability agenda, but frankly, to deliver on the day-to-day services that New Yorkers require. So I have always spoken out against anti-Semitism and hatred in any form, and have made it clear that the commitment I have made to protect New Yorkers, to protect Jewish New Yorkers, is one that I will uphold as the next mayor of the city. And we must distinguish between anti-Semitism and criticism of the Israeli government. The ADL's report oftentimes ignores this distinction, and in doing so, it draws attention away from the very real crisis of anti-Semitism we see not only just in our city, but in the country at large. And this is a team we are speaking of more than 400 New Yorkers that we have assembled to advise on the transition. These are committees, 17 of which that range from worker justice to the importance of the arts. And we will continue to build an administration of appointees that reflect not only our commitments, but also the fulfillment of our affordability agenda.
But did any of those examples I read, or in the report, if your team looked at it, did any of those go too far to where you said, okay, this is kind of anti-Semitic?
I think there's no tolerance for anti-Semitism, and also when we're thinking about critiques of Zionism and different forms of political expression, as much of what this report focuses on, there's a wide variety of political opinion, even within our own 400-plus transition committee, on the Israeli government and its conduct.
Times of India videos, your daily dose of India and the world. Global news, different views, and sharp analysis.
Pressure of expectation from your fans, your supporters.
That is often served as a backdrop for several Bollywood.
You're not a brute majority anymore if you individually take out their right.
Making sense of global conflicts. Tracking the new emerging world order.
Strike on Israeli military bases.
A multi-pronged.
To stay out of harm's way as Israel started bombing targets across.
Understanding changing alliances in a polarized world. Tune into TOI videos for all this and more. Click on the bell icon to subscribe and never miss an update.